Hey there, I'm Aki and welcome back to Subnautica Below Zero. Today we have some really exciting news from a dev conference I attended a few days ago and, well, I'll share the news with you right here. So let's get straight into it. First, I asked in my community tab if you guys had any questions you would like to ask the developers, so let's start with those. So what a lot of people asked me is if they had a particular reason to have multiple characters and above surface gameplay, a voiced character and stuff like that with the new story. Now the main reason they gave me for that is that they wanted to have a specific type of story in the game and they had to adjust the gameplay around that. So for the story to make sense, they had to have some different characters and especially a speaking main character to convey emotions to the player. That also goes into another question you guys had, which is why the voice for the main character Robin changed so much. Some of you might remember that the voice changed, I think, 3 times. And that's just simply because they changed the story around a lot. They didn't feel like the first story was the way they wanted it to be, so they went for another story, but that means the character that Robin was supposed to be also changed, and I didn't feel like the voice fit anymore. Now, a lot of people didn't understand why they were changing the voice actor so much, but what they forgot was that it is still an early access game. So you're literally witnessing the devs thinking about the story and developing the story. And if they have to switch voice actors, then that's just simply so the story works. Obviously, a lot of people got attached to one voice actor or another, but that's just simply the nature of early access, so you gotta get used to that. Another part why they now have surface gameplay is to actually make you feel that you're in the Arctic. I mean, yes, you do have a temperature meter, but that gets disabled underwater. And yes, in some regions you have like these ice plates floating on the surface, but if you go further down, you have no way of telling that you're actually in the Arctic and not just part of regular Subnautica. Next up, the focus also changed from the first game to Below Zero. They overall wanted less like horror gameplay. Like a lot of people compared Subnautica to a psychological horror game because of all the Leviathans. They wanted less of that and more of story and open world survival. Now something I asked myself was if Below Zero would have more explicit modding support than Below Zero. And sadly it doesn't look like it will have any more modding support. But the devs did say that once the game is completed, they will have part of the team still working on Subnautica and Below Zero to manage to maintain it and to help any modders with any questions that they might have. Talking about the future of Subnautica and especially the franchise, will there be a third Subnautica game or an expansion, a DLC or something along those lines? According to the devs, that might come in the future, but there's currently no plans for something like that. That means Below Zero will probably, for at least a while, be the last game in the Subnautica franchise. But they did say they were working on a secret game, a secret project that they've actually been working on for quite some time, but they couldn't give us any more details. Now, combined with the fact that they're not sure if they will make a third Subnautica, I don't think that it is actually a Subnautica game, but I'm very interested to hear from you guys what you think this secret project for Unknown Worlds Entertainment might be. I'm kind of hoping for another survival game, but I actually think they might be going in a completely different direction. As some of you know, they first started out with a shooter game, so this one might be something completely different again. But only time will tell, so those were all the interesting questions they answered on the developer conference. If there's anything else you guys would like to know, make sure to let me know down in the comments below, and I'll make sure to send a developer a DM on Discord or something. Huge shout out to my Aki code leaders, Blink, Just Urkeo, Cal, and Wynock. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you enjoy your special perks. But for now, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Goodbye!